1937 Austin Big 7. This is the chassis, and what we've done here is basically just cleaned it up and painted it and got it ready. If you come a little closer, you'll see down here is the brake cable that we had so much trouble finding. We eventually imported one from the UK. The shaft here for the brakes, we had to make the seals and make the bushes for it, and that is all functional and working now. Interesting thing about the Austin 7, the handbrake operates on the front wheels. As you may notice, when I pull the handbrake, it tensions the cable and engages the brakes on the front wheels. Rather interesting. We've had to, well, because the original engine was in very poor condition, we decided to fit a different engine to this car. And over here is the engine that we are fitting. It's a series, this is a 950cc engine. It originally came out of an A35. It's been rebuilt. It's got new pistons and new bearings and new rings, obviously, and all that kind of thing fitted to it. The gearbox that we're going to use is from an Austin A30, but we've transplanted all the gears into it from a Austin A35. It gives you better gear ratios. The tail shaft is still Austin A30, and the output shaft in the gearbox is also Austin A30. Right. Over here we have a bunch of parts that we've made and modified for the car. The drive shaft that I've got here is an original Austin A35 drive shaft, but we had to have it shortened quite a bit. And we fitted new universal joints and that kind of thing to it. In order to mount the engine, we've had to make a few things. This is the gearbox mount that we had to design and mount and fabricate and make work. Now it fits over here on the chassis and bolts down with 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and the gearbox is perched up on top of it like that. We also had to fabricate a clutch pedal and some kind of arrangement so that the clutch would work. And this is a little bracket that I made. It bolts into the chassis over here, and the clutch relay goes into that and then fits into the side of the gearbox. We've had it all together and we've tested it, and it actually works. Yeah. So that's the part that I made for make the clutch work. We've got 2 brackets here that we made to adapt the Austin engine mounts. We're using the original Austin engine mounts, and these bolt onto the frame over here and over here, and then the Austin A35 engine sits on that. So clutch spring and a brake return spring. We've got to the point now where we can actually start assembling all of these bits and pieces onto the frame. These are the brackets that I made to adapt the original Austin mounts to the Austin 7 frame. This is the gearbox mounting that sits here on the frame, held in place with a couple of bolts. When I originally made this gearbox mount, it came out a little bit weak, so I had to reinforce it. So I welded in this piece here, and I welded in this extra piece here. I haven't checked to see if that will clear the gearbox. I just hope it does. Right. These have to get washers. Yeah. Now, as I was saying, here's a problem. You see the problem?
Ah. Yeah.
I'm going to have to cut that off a little bit. So, that. Okay, so I've mounted the engine up now, here at the front. Here are the brackets. I don't know if you remember the brackets that I showed you earlier. They come in there and they connect to the Austin 7 engine stand part there. And then this is an Austin A35 engine mount that I fitted. And the other side is pretty much the same. Yeah. Okay, so this is the U-bolt that holds the back of the gearbox in place. It goes over the original Austin A30 rubber mount, like that. Right, so that's the gearbox mount. This is the original Austin A30 rubber mount. And this is the U-bolt that I showed you earlier. Goes over the top, held in place over there with that little bracket. And then there's two nuts, one on either side. Now these nuts have got to be drilled and they've got to get split pins in. The drive shaft I showed you earlier, this is a Austin A35 drive shaft. It's cut down to about half of its size. And it slips into the back of the gearbox just fine. And then mates up to this flange here, which is Austin 7 flange. Underneath here, is Brumble. is a 1954 Austin A30. It's time it came out, we went for a maintenance run again. So maybe we'll do that on Christmas Day. This here is the spring that brings the brake pedal up so that it releases the tension on the cables. And this mechanism here, as I showed you earlier on, this mechanism here is the clutch mechanism. I had to make this relay, and this is an original Austin 7 pedal. Yeah, that's about it.